I know it's been forever since I did my last video, but we are doing a homeschool update. This is actually going to be homeschool for October and our favorite stuff that we've done in October. COVID has been crazy, as we all know, so we've planned lots of stuff to do at home instead of going out. So watch this video and see all the things that we've done. This is my Baba Yaga Lego house with Baba Yaga. It is my own creation, which is kind of redundant, but that's okay. And yes, it can walk, it can tilt. The ladder folds up. I did some old age makeup with acrylic paint and some old age highlights, some gray highlights in her hair. I decided to go with Lego Friends because why not? I think they are highly underused. All right, there she goes. She's pushed Baba Yaga into the oven. Revenge, sweet revenge for the Lego people. We made cardstock coffins using a free template from the internet. These we're going to fill with candies and hide around the outdoors for tomorrow. We did sponge painting and some have sparkles, and then with tiny brushes we painted the tops. Clue! The classic mystery game. We plan on playing these this weekend. Clue the card game. 221B Baker Street, the Master Detective game. This is a Sherlock Holmes game that I've never played before, so I'm super excited to try it out. An old favorite, Clue Master Detective. This one is from my kidhood. Whodunit, another classic from my kidhood. This was picked up at a yard sale when I was a kid. And my favorite game of all time, Mystery Mansion. This again was picked up at a yard sale when I was a kid. And one of our favorites, 1313 Dead End Drive. We love this deduction game. This is my box of escape room that I invented for my family. And most of them are pretty fun puzzles. I'm gonna have to tell them if they're right or wrong before they can open them, so I'll be moderating somewhat. Like this one here is a puzzle about color order, so you have to put the colors in order, and then you get to open these up. And that's just tissue paper. This one is, you have to poke the right holes in order to get the right answer. So you'll find the code somewhere in the room, and then you will get the prizes. Here are the kitties. Put these in the right order and then punch the holes at the top. And then slide out the handles, and most of these are just cardboard. These are the same thing. They'll be hidden around the room, and then they have to find them, match them, and then open the box that way. This is the Frankenstein box. They have to push in the correct code in order to open the box. Here they have to find the right code and then I'll allow them to open the box. This one isn't a mechanism. It's just a plain one. And then I have locks. I only have a couple that really work. I did make this one and it did work for about 2 days and then it just bent and it doesn't work anymore. So that's a pretend one now. This one you'll have to use a pretend can opener in order to open up the cans. And then I did make these. And these you have to put in the code in order to open them. And there's a bike lock. And then I have some riddles. And something. I've got quite a few set up. More riddles. Puzzles, clues and codes, clues and codes, clues and codes, puzzles, riddle, lots of fun stuff. I've got quite a few things up my sleeve that I prepared. It's gonna be super duper fun. Escape room. Yeah. All right, so we did some cookie making. We did cookie making. I love cookies. These are the best cookies I've ever had. They are let me show you the recipe actually. It's this one. It is from King Arthur Baking. So it's chocolate cutout cookies and it's from the King Arthur Bakers website. And this is the best cookie recipe. They do not melt away. They stay firm and they stay where you want them. They're not too crispy, they're kind of soft, and it's a whole lot of butter. So we got these fun ice cube trays, and we're gonna make Shirley Temples. So there'll be skulls and pumpkins floating in our Shirley Temples. Super excited. We're gonna have so much fun. Oh my gosh. So excited for tomorrow. Are you ready to trick-or-treat tomorrow? I don't think we're trick-or-treating tomorrow. Are you ready? Are you all ready for the escape room?
Yes.
And coffin hunting?
Yes.
All right, turn around. I want to see your tail. What? What kind of dinosaur are you?
I'm a Parasaurolophus. But since this is the only tail that we have to use a T-Rex one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take off the spines. Even though Parasaurolophus do not have spines. Too cute! Alright, thank you for being a model. And this is my costume. I am the Pumpkin Queen. Twirl! And the cape is removable.
Her hat is not staying on where she wants it.
Hat malfunction. I have very fine hair. Alright, so this is my dress. I can't even count the amount of hours it took, but I used a Snow White pattern from the 90s, and it's equipped with a hoop skirt underneath that I did not make. I ordered one. But all of the vines are hand embroidered, all of the sequins and everything hand embroidered, machine sewn, basically, but all the detailing is hand done. I'm quite happy with the way it turned out.
All the little detailing.
Yeah, I hope my sleeves are poofed up. Sometimes they flatten out.
Yeah.
Thinking about putting like tissue paper or something in them to keep them poofed out. But I hand beaded this necklace. What, did I do that yesterday? And then this morning I made the earrings.
Yeah, you made the necklace yesterday.
And this is the Pumpkin Queen dress. Yeah, big handfuls. Big handfuls. Oh, you gotta go get Daddy because this is so cool. OOBLECK.
Look, it turned dry when I squeezed it.
Very nice.
And let's try to make a ball. After we squeeze it. Nah, it's not going to work.
All right, we'll try the experiment one more time. So put your hands down to the bottom slowly and lift quickly. Non-Newtonian fluids.
You can have OOBLECK gloves.
Yeah, look at your blue hands. Oh, careful. Splattering.
And squeeze. It's gonna turn hard when I squeeze it. It turns stickier.
Okay, so when you're squeezing it, what are you doing?
Draining the water and making it harder.
Yes, you're also applying pressure. And that is, it's squeezing out the water and making it harder. The OOBLECK harder.
Have you ever wondered why ketchup can't come out of the bottle easily?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's sort of like OOBLECK, because it's a non-toneous fluid and it's sticky and goobery. So like when you put your hands down slowly and lift up fastly, you're gonna lift the whole bowl. So like, now that, oh no, it's getting out of the jar. Oh no, I made the table worse. So much OOBLECK. So what I'm trying to do is make them a little bit smoother and not so clumpy and lumpy to make sure that it makes bubbles, because we are trying to make unicorn rainbow toothpaste, which isn't real toothpaste. And so I'm just trying to get all the lumps and clumps out so that it would be smoother for it to make bubbles. It's already making foam bubbles. It's hard to pull though.
Yeah, that's because it's rubbery. Here you go. You're doing great. Don't pull too hard. Okay, stop. That's enough. So I was going to take this one step further, and my step further was paper. So I'm going to let her do one more squirt, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to make our own artwork.
We gotta make some blue bubbles too.
So this is what I'm going to do. Put my paper down.
I wonder what it will make.
Look at that. Now we're going to set that to dry.
Can I just do a little more bubbles?
Absolutely. You can do as much as you want, Sweet Pea. And if you want, I have some more paper. I can put more paper on. We can make another print.
I bet this is how they used to make prints.
It might be. Definitely a form of printmaking. Are you happy with it? Should I put a paper on?
Yes.
You want to press down lightly? Do you want to press down lightly?
You don't want to press down too hard, or the baking soda might catch onto it.
We're making rainbow paper! Oh, that one came out great. So remember what Emily said. She said that we are doing a chemical reaction. We've got vinegar, which is very, very acidic. And then we've got baking soda, which is very, very base. So on the pH scale, they're on the opposite ends. And then when you put them together, they make carbon dioxide. So they change their molecular structure and release the bubbles. And all those bubbles are carbon dioxide escaping. Should we put another paper on?
Yes. This is coming out great.
Uh-oh. That one dug in a bit. Oh, I got wet. Okay. I'm running out of table space. Can you unfurl that edge?
Here.
Beautiful. See, that did work.
I just like watching the bubbles.
I like the sound it makes.
Hiss is the sound.
I'll tell you when to stop. Actually, yeah, I guess that's good. Perfect. We just used vegetable oil with food coloring. We didn't use the lamp oil. All right, I guess we're ready to connect.
I think that's all that it had to drip. Don't worry, I'm really well.
Remember, you got to spin it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Mommy or Daddy needs to do this. What do you think?
yeah. We'll hold it steady. Yes, look, a tornado in a bottle is forming.
All right, what other observations can you see?
I see that it's spinning so fast
Anything else?
that it drips down. And when it's in a bottle, it drips down and it kind of splatters, like pushing, and then it splatters out.
Yeah, when it comes out instead of splattering straight, it splatters out. Okay, I want to show you two things.
What?
And see if we can catch some observation going on. So this is going to be the first one. Oh, wow. Is anything happening?
Oh, some of that vegetable oil is going up at the top.
Okay, so remember from our density lesson, what does that mean?
It's less dense.
Yes.
And the water is like a 0. This is like a negative.
Yes, very good. So the water, if we put it on a scale of numbers, is a 0, and the oil would be a negative. Yes, because it is less dense. It's lighter than the water. Okay, what else are you observing right now?
I see that bubbles are going up.
Okay, why do you think bubbles are going up?
Well, I think it's because it's losing water, and since it's losing water, the air has to get up to higher.
Awesome, that's exactly what's happening. You are right. Okay, so what else are you observing? What else are you observing?
Well, it looks like there's tiny little dots in the water. There goes one of those bowls again.
So tiny dots in the water.
So tiny that you might not be able to see with her camera.
Yeah, it looks kind of cloudy. All right, well, I was trying to go for something a little more obvious. What is in the top? Oh, what just happened?
I squished it, and then, see?
Why do you think that's happening?
Because I'm squishing it out, and each time it drips, then more bubbles come up.
Okay, so what are you doing with your hands? Starts with the letter P.
Pushing.
Pushing, and we use a technical science term called, what science experiment did we use it with? The OOBLECK. Remember the OOBLECK?
Mm-hmm.
We applied
Pressure.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. High five. Okay, and so when you apply the pressure,
The bubbles go up, but the water and the vegetable oil go down.
exactly. And do they go down slower?
Well, when I'm pushing it, they go down faster.
Absolutely, they go down faster when you're pushing it. And that's because you're applying
Pressure.
Okay, so when we just had the bottle sitting steady,
It barely was dripping.
exactly. And now that you're applying pressure, it's going faster. Now, when we spin it again, what do you think it's gonna, how fast or slow do you think the water is going to come out?
Fast. See?
Why do you think it's coming out fast now?
Because it's sort of like a funnel.
Absolutely, it's like a funnel. It's funnel shaped.
When you spin it, it's funnel shaped, like this funnel here.
Mm-hmm. Like that funnel there.
If you poured something into it, it spins around and around like a drain.
Yes.
Drain full of water.
A drain, absolutely. You're right. So like a drain, especially like a toilet drain, has that same funnel shape, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think happens when I'm not applying any pressure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spin, 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 spin. And it's going fast.
Uh-huh.
So what's happening?
It's losing the water.
Quickly, but is it spinning? Do you think there's...
It is spinning.
So it's
in
spinning.
The center.
So it was moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that creates a similar effect as pressure?
Yes.
So the molecules are speeding up. See, before they were slow and they weren't moving, correct? Or they were moving very slowly. And now when you spin it, they start moving quickly, creating a pressure of their own, right?
Now, this time I'll squish it slow.
So now you're only applying a small amount of pressure.
But this time...
Well, squeeze harder and see what happens. Yeah, see, you're crushing the bottle. Do you think that's as effective as swirling it around and getting the molecules moving in that shape, in that funnel shape?
Well, it isn't spinning, so it's not as a funnel.
Mm-hmm. But do you think it was going as fast as the funnel shape? The water.
Well, if you're applying much amount of pressure, yes.
That funnel shape really gets it moving, right? Look at that. It's in there for 2 seconds and now it's all in the bottom. Boiling water for egg experiment.
Okay. Half a second and then pour it out.
Okay. Where's the egg? Where is the egg?
All of it out?
All of the water out. Into the water bath.
And then put the egg on top. And watch.
All right, Alexis, you watching?
I'm watching. I'm watching.
Is it going? Oh, 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 oh! Oh, no!
It popped. It popped. Scramble.
Well, that did not work.
Sort of. I guess I should have cooked those eggs longer.
She didn't say, she just said. Oh, look at that. It's all foggy. See?
Did you see it?
I do see it. Now, swirl it off.
Now when I add the pressure back, it'll defog.
Oh, there it
Fog's
goes.
gone.
All the fog is gone.
Now, unswirl it a little.
Can you take it off so she can squish the bottle a little bit and maybe create some clouds? Do you see anything?
I do.
Rock candy experiment. This is day 8 and we are ready to eat our rock candy. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. That was a satisfying crunch. Alright.
I can barely tell which one's longer.
Oh, we'll be able to find out once we get them out. I'm going to get this mesh off. Can you hold this camera
Sure.
like that? Try to keep the jar centered.
Well, the jar is centered.
Alright, perfect. Alright. This is our green rock candy. We didn't put any flavoring in it.
And looks like green goo on the screen.
Look at those crystals.
Yeah.
Do you see how those crystals formed when we
Mhm.
originally put it in?
Yeah.
It was just a liquid mixture, right? There was
Yeah.
nothing. There was a little bit of crystals on the strings. See if I can slide these off. Oh, I can't. All right, so which one do you want?
The one that has like the mushroom shape.
All right, you get the mushroom shaped one. I'm going to put it on this plate here.
Okay, this like that.
And look at that. They even turned green. We put green food coloring in.
And here's mine. Just gonna slide it off.
And we just used cotton, mercerized cotton.
I have my egg here in this bottle, and I have some vinegar. I'll just pour enough to cover the whole egg.
Keep going. Oh, yeah. You got it.
For the whole egg. It looks like the egg got a little bigger. Doesn't it?
It does, yes.
And look at those bubbles forming around it. The bubbles are, some of the bubbles are letting go and floating to the top. And then those bubbles will pop at the top.
Can you guess what's happening? What's making the bubbles?
I'm guessing that the vinegar has bubbles. When you pour the vinegar to cover the whole egg, I think that if an object is in with vinegar, I think the bubbles form around it.
Absolutely. That is a very good observation. What I was kind of guessing, what I think is happening,
What?
I think there is a chemical reaction taking place. I think that the vinegar is reacting to the shell of the egg. That's what I think.
I agree with you.
And that the result of the chemical reaction happening is the gas bubbles.
It really looks like the egg has gotten bigger.
Yes, it does look like the egg has gotten bigger. So, do you think that maybe... Why do you think the egg could have gotten bigger?
Because, well, I think the vinegar has a reaction to it. A different reaction. Another different reaction, because if it might make things look bigger, but they're really, but they might not be.
Well, do you remember that Curious George episode where Curious George was looking through a bag of water and using it as a magnifying glass?
I don't remember that episode.
Oh, okay. Well, I do. So I think it has something to do with the liquid and the shape of the glass, but also I think that eggshells might have some holes that you can't see, and that the egg is actually letting in all the vinegar inside its shell right now. Not all the vinegar, but some of the vinegar.
I think so, because I think the vinegar is getting less at the top there.
Yeah, you think it, and you think the egg is enlarging, which means that maybe like a sponge, it's absorbing some of the vinegar.
Maybe it's like a sponge. It would absorb and get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
You're so funny.
All right, well, we'll have to check back again another day to see what happens next, because this is supposed to turn into a rubbery, bouncing egg.
I hope it does.
Me too. There you go. Hold it in your hand first. It's very bouncy and gooey. And
Wow, it's squishy.
oh my goodness, look at that. All right, let's see. Oh! I'm sorry. Creativity is contagious. Pass it on.